Welcome, curious soul, to Tales of the Tattered Book. I am your host, the keeper of the book. With each passing moment, new horrors appear on these weathered pages, yearning to be told. As I open this arcane tome, remember, knowledge comes at a price, and some truths are better left unspoken. The Tattered Book, ever-changing, now opens to a page quite unlike the others. Here we find The Submerged Self, a modern tale of the horrors that can emerge when one is left alone with their thoughts. In our contemporary world, where constant stimulation is the norm, what happens when all that is stripped away? Steel yourself, dear listener, for a journey into the darkest recesses of the human psyche.
My fingertips trace the cool, smooth surface of the sensory deprivation tank. Salt-tinged air fills my lungs, mixed with the faint scent of disinfectant. The soft hum of the filtration system underscores the attendant's final instructions.
Remember, there's no right or wrong way to float.
She says to me.
Just breathe and let go.
I nod, swallowing the lump in my throat. As the heavy lid descends, I'm enveloped in darkness. The water, dense with Epsom salts, cradles my body. For a moment, panic flutters in my chest. The space is so small, so confining. But as my breathing steadies, I feel my limbs begin to drift. At first, there is nothing but the sound of my own heartbeat, slow and rhythmic. Then, gradually, thoughts begin to surface. A memory bubbles up. Last week's dinner party. Laughter echoing off wine glasses, conversations flowing freely. But now I see the scene through different eyes. The forced smiles, the hollow pleasantries. How many of them actually cared about each other? About me? I remember the surge of emotions I'd felt, quickly suppressed. Resentment? Yes, but also a profound loneliness. These people, my so-called friends, barely know me. How could they, when I'd spent so long hiding behind a carefully crafted persona? What if I'd said what I really thought? What if I'd knocked over that pretentious art piece they'd been fawning over all night? Another memory surfaces. My boss, leaning back in his expensive chair, presenting my ideas as his own. The boardroom nods approvingly, completely unaware of the appropriation. I smiled tightly, playing the good team player, all while a voice inside screamed for recognition. It wasn't just anger I felt in that moment. It was humiliation, a sense of inadequacy. Why couldn't I stand up for myself? Why did I always let others take advantage of me? The familiar cocktail of frustration and self-loathing washes over me. And then there's my sister, her perfect life, so casually flaunted at every family gathering. The husband, the kids, the successful career, everything I'm supposed to want but can never seem to achieve. Each time she shares another milestone, I feel myself shrinking, becoming less visible. It's not just envy, though that's certainly part of it. It's a deep-seated fear that I'm somehow broken, incapable of finding the happiness that seems to come so easily to others. And beneath that fear, a darker emotion lurks, a deep desire to see her stumble, to prove that her perfection is just an illusion. With each recollection, the intensity of my emotions grows. It's like a living thing, unfurling in my chest, demanding acknowledgement. How long have I been carrying these feelings? Years? A lifetime? A small voice in the back of my mind whispers, "This isn't you. You're not like this." But am I not? Haven't I always felt this way, deep down? The realization hits me with unexpected force. I've been pretending for so long to be normal, to be anything other than what I truly am. This is who you really are, I think to myself. Why keep hiding it? The thought grows stronger, more insistent. It's no longer just my voice, but something older, more primal. It resonates through me, impossible to ignore.
Embrace it. Let me show you who we really are.
I try to resist, to cling to the person I thought I was, but with each passing moment, that desire grows weaker. The exhilaration of embracing these darker impulses is overwhelming. Suddenly, I'm no longer in the tank. I stand in my office, a letter opener clutched in my hand. My boss lies before me, eyes wide with terror. Without hesitation, I plunge the improvised weapon into his chest, again and again. The rush of power is intoxicating. The scene shifts. I'm at the dinner party, watching with detached fascination as my friends clutch their throats, faces turning blue. Their eyes lock onto me, silently pleading for help that will never come. The visions keep coming, each more violent than the last. And with each act of brutality, I feel a piece of my old self slip away, replaced by something exciting, something hungry. I feel something fundamental shifting within me, like tectonic plates realigning. The person I had been is being subsumed, devoured by this new, primal self. The scene shifts again. I'm at my sister's house, watching her perfect family through the window. Without warning, I find myself inside, a kitchen knife in my hand. I move from room to room, my sister's screams a symphony, her children's terror a masterpiece. I'm painting the walls with the blood of her perfect life, and it feels like justice.
This is freedom.
The voice whispers.
This is what it means to be truly alive.
A sharp knock jolts me back to reality.
Ms. Walker, your session ended 15 minutes ago. Are you all right?
My eyes open. The tank's lid is slightly ajar, a sliver of light penetrating the darkness. I sit up, my body humming with a new energy. Was it all a dream? As I dress, I catch my reflection in the mirror. My eyes gleam with an inhuman hunger, and I smile, reveling in the feeling. This is who I've always been, beneath the facade. Thank you, I say to the attendant, my voice low and filled with newfound purpose. I feel awakened. The attendant's eyes widen slightly, sensing something off but unable to place it. I wonder how she'd look with fear in those eyes, how she'd sound screaming for mercy. Stepping out into the night, I take a deep breath. My other self, my real self, whispers possibilities in my ear, the world filled with endless opportunities to unleash my truest self.
Ms. Walker?
Red and blue lights paint the street in pulsing shadows. Two detectives stand by their car, but something's wrong with their faces. They keep shifting, melting, reforming. No, that's not right. My mind is trying to protect me from what I'm seeing. Their faces are normal. It's my reality that's broken.
We have some questions about your whereabouts last Tuesday night.
Tuesday night? The dinner party? But that was just a vision in the tank, wasn't it? The detective is holding up his phone, showing me a video. Security footage. I watch as a figure. Me, it's clearly me, methodically moves through my boss's office. There's so much blood. Why don't I remember the blood? More images flash before me, photographs spread across a metal table, each one a horror I thought I'd only imagined. The wine glasses at the dinner party, lipstick stains marking each victim's last sip. My sister's children's bedroom, the walls painted in Jackson Pollock spatters of red. All those perfect family photos on her walls, now crooked, splashed with arterial spray.
Your float tank sessions?
The detective's voice sounds distant, underwater.
Every Tuesday, like clockwork, right before each murder. The attendant finally recognized you from the news. Tell me, Ms. Walker, did the tank help you remember? Or did it help you forget?
My mind fractures like a broken mirror, each shard reflecting a different truth. I see myself emerging from the tank each week, skin pruned, eyes wild. I see myself carefully washing blood from under my fingernails. I see myself scheduling next week's session, already anticipating the fresh visions it would bring.
The interesting thing is what we found in your journal. Every entry ends the same way. Just another vision from the tank. Even the ones dated weeks before you ever started floating.
A laugh bubbles up from somewhere deep inside me, and I realize with dawning horror that it's not even my laugh anymore. It's something else's, something that's been wearing me like a suit of flesh. Something that's been using the tank not to awaken anything, but to keep me docile while it worked. The last thing I see before they take me away is the float tank attendant, watching from the doorway. Her eyes meet mine, and I realize she's not afraid. She's smiling. The same hungry smile I've seen in my mirror every Tuesday night.
See you next session.
And so, dear listeners, the Tattered Book closes on this chilling tale of a woman who thought she was awakening to her true nature, only to discover she was merely a puppet for something far darker. But remember, when you gaze into the depths of your own mind, beware not just the whispers of your submerged self, but the ancient things that might be wearing your reflection, waiting for their weekly feast. If you dare to delve deeper into these eldritch mysteries, subscribe to our podcast, leave a rating and review, and whisper of our tales to others. Your engagement feeds the book, fueling the terrors yet to come. Until next time, and may your nights be sleepless and your dreams unsettling.